Scorpio, hi guys. So this is for the 19th of January week commencing the 19th. So I've laid your oracle cards out for you already. Your overall energy this week is judgment. So this is a brand new Scorpio, a brand new you. I feel like you've had a awakening, a reckoning. You've shed so much over the last couple of years. I think this is the last pieces of you that you are now shedding, and I feel like you're on the last stage of the cocoon, the catalyst, where you are about to realize that you can fly, you can achieve whatever it is you want to achieve. You don't need to hold yourself back anymore. And these cards show all of that. There has been immense growth. A lot of you are feeling a relief. It's like you know exactly what it is that you want to do now, or if you don't yet, it's kind of like it will come in these next couple of weeks. It will come. I think some of you are kind of still in chaos in what it is you want to do. The life force energy here is what gives you life, what brings passion to you, what makes your heart sing, what really lights you up. And I think the chaos is just you questioning yourself on your path. Where do I want to go down in? And there's some truths that you need to address. Maybe a lot of you have worked within your shadow parts of you, and you've shed the bits of you that you just don't want to incorporate in your life anymore, things that you just don't want to bring forward with you anymore. So you're shedding and releasing a lot of that. But there is growth, and there's relief there. You're relieved about something, and I think when you do release that, you're going to feel the relief. But I feel like you've gone round and round on a lot of things in your life, and it's taught you how resilient you are and how much grit you have when it comes to people, places, things, situation, circumstances that may have come up that really forced you to look within yourself and ask yourself, how did I contribute to that sector, to that particular bit in my life? And you're taking accountability, and that's a really grown-up thing to do. And I think a lot of you are, like I said, doing the last bits of your shedding now, where you realise, I can't continue like this. I've outgrown certain people, places and situations, and I need to come into the fact that this is my wake-up call. This is a judgment call. I cannot go back. The only way is forward. You have serendipity and higher power, and these two cards are a clear message that the divine is looking after you right now. You have a direct link to source, our creator, God, Allah, Yeshua, whoever it is that you looked up to, Mother Gaia, the universe. This is a confirmation for them to say, yeah, there is a direct link, and everything is happening at the right time, and you are in the right place for you to experience this journey. We will clarify a little bit more with the tarot. But Archangel Michael also wants you to pay attention to the signs that you're receiving from above. Angels are sending you messages now, but you're too distracted to notice. Stay alert and open to divine guidance. And I love that, because that came straight after the higher power card. So you are being sent messages at this time, Scorpio, and it's up to you to really use your discernment and pay attention. Let's get a few affirmation cards for you. For Scorpio, please, source, for the week commencing the 19th of January. For Scorpio. So we have courage. Be brave enough to chase your dreams. And again, we see that with the life force energy there. Like, what is it that you truly want to do? What path do you really want to walk down on? You know, what fuels you? Again, I'm repeating myself. What makes your heart sing? What brings you joy? What brings you peace? What brings you satisfaction, Scorpio? Generosity. Be generous with your time, energy, and resources. That's going to be important for you this week. Knowing that if someone does need help and assistance, please do give it, because they're not asking you because they just can't be bothered. They're asking you because they genuinely need your help. I was picking up on this. Look at that. Transformation. Wasn't I picking up like you in the cocoon? You're now on the verge of your wings being spread and realizing that you can fly and achieve whatever it is you want. Embrace change as a path to growth. And you have that growth card there. I love when spirit comes alive in these readings and they confirm everything that I've channeled and felt at the beginning of the reading. It's just nice, it's lovely, it makes the reading more, there's a fluidity to the reading, is what I'm trying to say here. Let's get some cards out for your current energies this week, and then we can clarify maybe 3 or 4 cards. There's a lot of cards on the table here. Feel free to fast forward this reading if you don't want to wait for the cards to come out, but I like to take my time and be patient with things. But I feel like a lot of you have time this week, unlike Libra. Libra, I felt very rushed, but with you I have this very calm and serene feeling to me where I just want to take my time. So we've got the 4 of Wands. Let's push this down so you guys can see this. We have the 4 of Wands with the Sun, the Fool, and the Page of Swords. We are learning here, Scorpio. We are learning. We're learning how to take our time with things and finish and accomplish things. We're learning how to fulfill ourselves, be happy in our own skin, and learn that in order for us to start and accomplish and go on to a next journey, we have to finish. We have to cross that finish line. We have to tell ourselves that we can't jump from one thing to the other. So we're learning to take things easy this week. I feel like a lot of you are finding things out. You're researching, you're curious, you're wanting to know a bit more about yourself. What brings you joy? What brings you happiness? What do you want to commit to? You want to commit to something that's going to make you feel very joyful, and the feeling of being satisfied knowing that you're going to flourish in time as well, and knowing that you've grown so much from a couple of things here that you're going to have to do things differently moving forward. You can't keep doing what it is you're doing, and I feel for some of you here the divine is sending something your way energetically. It could be very different for a lot of you. It could be a new path of study, a new path of commitment, a new path of happiness, but the divine is making sure that you're at the right place at the right time in order for you to progress further, and in order for you to do things that are going to be satisfactory, and that's going to bring you relief, because right now there's a little bit of a chaotic energy there, Scorpio, where again you're not sure what it is you want to do. But with the Page of Swords there, it's telling me that you are being curious and you're willing to learn and explore things. I would just be careful when it comes to talking too much. But I'm also picking up with this card that you may find out some information about a deceit, past deceit in particular. One that's going to test your faith. Or if this isn't about deceit, I think it's the former. I would lean more to the former than the latter, where I say I think you are going to have to do things differently. Think a little bit outside of the box here, away from traditional normality, society's expectations. If you're learning to do something and trying to commit to something when it comes to knowledge and education, you may walk down the path of not a normal institution, so not a normal way of learning, a learning style. You may decide that you want to do things differently. You may walk away from that. You may walk away from either uni and find there are other ways for you to complete this. There are other ways. Like, I feel like you've had, this is like a reset. I feel for some of you are asking, like, is there another way for me to accomplish this? Is there another way for me to start without losing interest in something? Yeah, there you go. Bored. Some of you are, like I said, you're losing interest. There's boredom there. There's complacency and apathy, and you're very much like, I've lost the taste of it for this. So you're finding new ways this week. Can I do things differently? Not in a sneaky way, but in a more strategic and calculated way. You want to find out if there's ways of you doing things differently this week. Things that are going to maybe be, that's something that's going to spark your interest a little bit more when it comes to fulfillment, because you do want to be fulfilled here. Essentially, that's the main goal. Clarify the Four of Wands for me, please, Source. Thank you. The King of Wands. Let's move this over. And then at the bottom of the deck, what do we have? The Four. Yeah. Okay, so this is about you creating stability, long-term stability. With the King of Wands here, it's looking at your long-term goals. You're planning your vision. It's like long-term, where do I really want to be? What do I want to be committed to? My stability and my foundation. Do I want to achieve something, again, in the normal way? If this is love and a relationship, I would say maybe some of you are looking into going into relationships that are not so stifling. Something you are looking at your family, your stability, your foundations. So some of you could actually think, you know, I don't want a normal relationship where we do the whole move in together, marriage, children. It could be completely backwards. It could be that your life force is chaotic to others, but for you it suits you just fine, and you're very much, I'm happy with that, I'm comfortable with that, that's where I want to be. I don't need to explain myself. As long as I'm happy and I'm fulfilled, that's all that matters to me. I don't think it's anyone else's business. Yeah, some of you are thinking of detaching from something though, and asking yourself, is this the right thing for me? Does it give me fulfillment? Am I being flourished here and nourished in the way that I deserve to be? Because essentially, again, it is your happiness. You are looking for happiness and joy, and something that's lasting as well, knowing that it's going to not just be fulfilling for 1-2 years and then you lose interest from it, but then it's also knowing that you need to finish this and complete it. You don't want to go in just doing something and you feel unsatisfied and incomplete at the end of the day. You want to know that you're going to be able to move forward with things. Oh wow, look at that. I love this. For some of you Scorpios out there, there is new love entering your life, a relationship, one that may be a bit different. Again, I was thinking, picking up on that, with it may not be like the whole, you meet, you fall in love, you court, and then you get married, and then you have children, and you buy a house. It could be completely different. It could be a different relationship altogether. It could be that some of you are attracted all of a sudden to the same sex, which is completely fine, because essentially whatever this relationship is, it's going to bring so much happiness to you, because the sun is the most vibrant card in the deck. It illuminates that. Although some of you may feel like you're not ready with the Seven of Wands here, it's a card of conviction, where you feel like you're being rushed into this. But source here is saying higher power, you're at the right place at the right time. So you just doing your normal chores and everyday duties could bring someone to you that's very appealing, you know. There you go, you're being guided here. The universe is guiding you. There's higher power to this. But it's like you're having to learn to trust your intuition. Oh wow, and you've got the Lovers. You're learning to trust your intuition here. Or like you already have that deep knowing. It's like some of you may already expect this. Some of you may have already felt this energy coming to approach you. Now, if this isn't about love and it's about spirituality, because the High Priestess is here, I have to say what I'm seeing. A lot of you could be having conversations with your higher self. Subconsciously, you don't even know this is taking place, but again, because they're sending messages to you, you're so distracted in the physical world that you're not listening to yourself, where you're being guided and hurried along for a reason, because there's a choice that you're having to make here, but you're learning to go with the ebb and flow of life. Page of Pentacles, the Chariot, and Seven of Wands is you learning to just allow the universe to guide you without you feeling like you need to put your defenses up and you need to protect yourself. But there's definitely a choice that's been made here for you. Yeah, you may just need to have to let go of that past disappointment. I still think this is love. Because you've been hurt in the past, you're very much like, I don't want to rush anything. That's what it is. The card's falling down and saying, there's someone coming for you, Scorpio. There's someone new coming into your life that's going to make you absolutely just blissfully happy. And I think you're just going to feel at ease with this person. So that's why I was feeling like easy in my own skin. I feel this person's just going to be so easy and relaxing that you're going to think, this is what true love is. This is what it is like. And it could start off as a friendship and then later on progress into a commitment that's sturdy and strong. Let's clarify the Fool for Scorpio, please, Source. I think I already know this though. This is you taking that leap of faith. There we go. I mean, take the leap of faith to actually bring joy back into your life, to be happy, celebrate with your family and friends. I feel this week you're just starting a new journey and you're happy with the decisions that you've made. If you're entering a relationship, it's a relationship where you might even make new friends with this individual. You may even just have mutual friends, or you could meet this person whilst you're out with your friends. But it's still saying to you, you know, it's energy is speeding up here. And I was thinking that you guys were all calm, but this week, it seems like a lot is speeding up. Could be someone from your childhood or someone that you share the same kind of innocent, sweet naivete feeling with, where you just feel like, again, I just felt like you felt really comfortable. And you both want to work at this. Look, it's a new chapter, Scorpio. You guys, this is nice. This is really nice. A side message though there for you is like, come out of your comfort zone and actually see if this would work. It has the potential to work, and I think it could actually have the potential of marriage if some of you are quite traditional and you want to get married and you want to commit, you want to do the mortgage and the children. I think this is lovely. This is still saying like there's a possibility for that. I mean, look at that, 2 of Cups to 3 of Cups. It's like after you finding your person, there's just a celebration inside of you, knowing that this journey is going to start off and kick off something amazingly new for you. I think you deserve this, Scorpio. Everyone deserves this, but you especially, I would say, deserve this, okay? Just because of the shit show that you've had over the last couple of months. That is crazy. So you are going to find out something here, Scorpio. And I mean, apart from the fact that yes, you are learning everything, but there's reality is going to set in here, and someone's going to come through with some kind of information that makes you think, But I think this is the past. This is, yeah. Oh, they could come back to apologise. Whoever this person is, I feel like they have a lot of worries and burdens around them right now, and they could come in and apologise to you, but they're doing it under false pretense. Where's the Chariot here? Yeah, they're going through hardship, financial hardship. I think this is completely separate to what this is. This individual's going through complete hardship here, financially, mentally, physically. I don't think they're coping very well. And they could come in with a small offer, like an apology, to say, I'm sorry. I know I was awful in the past. But can you trust them? Should we ask? Should we ask? Can Scorpio trust this individual? Or are they just wanting something from Scorpio? Oh, this is a past deceit when it came to juggling. Yeah, past. They were juggling two of you. Now, I mean, Queen of Cups, it doesn't have to be female. It could just be that there were two individuals in their lives, and it took immense strength for you to walk away from this relationship and end it. Oh my God, look at all these swords. Yeah, they want to come and revive something here, but I think it's because they're trapped. They're anxious, they're worried, they're stressed, they're not sleeping at night. And I think it is this week. This week they're going to come in, Scorpio. I wouldn't trust this individual. I'm sorry. I just wouldn't. That's just my gut. And my gut is rarely wrong, Scorpio. Rarely wrong. So let's get some Kipper cards out for you. Don't forget, you are a new person, okay? You're different. You are courageous. But then again, it does say generosity there. So maybe you could help with your occupation. Looks great though. Main male. So you can't see this, but this is hilarious. It's like they're just confirming what I said. Yeah, they their occupation could be a little bit off, and they could come in here with message of concern, but they're like thief. He's a thief. They're a thief. Yeah, they're in despair, so they're coming to you. They see you as this privileged lady, and they're like, oh, Scorpio can sort me out. Scorpio can help. They're heavily in their mind. There's a huge no, Scorpio. Absolutely not. If you want to be generous, like this card is saying here, if you want to be generous, if you want to give your time just out of the goodness of your heart, I think that's what that Queen of Cups is there. It's like, because you're compassionate, you're generous, out of the goodness of your heart, if you want to do this, but then do not go back, okay? Because I feel like this is like a reality for you where you think, but I think this is kind of like a prove me right, because I knew all along that you couldn't cope without me. But that's what I have for you, Scorpio. Have a lovely week.